Hello, everybody. Gatling Golduck back again for some more Steven Universe Future, and this time I'm on top of the ball. The latest episode just premiered, Friday, and I'm actually ready for it this time. I've caught up with the series, and from here on out, we're all just flying blind. So we're in this ride together from here on out, folks. So after the hiatus, what did Steven Universe Future bring for us after, 2 months? Let's find out. Let's see what's in store for us with Steven Universe Future Episode 11, In Dreams. So Steven just had a nightmare where some big bombastic voice just said, "No one needs your help, so why are you still here?" Okay, that is clearly not true. Because apparently the gems still need you. Because Garnet, again, is socially incompetent for some reason. And Lapis is a mental case. They clearly... And Pearl showed that she can't handle things like when she's under stress. And there are also gems that need healing. And there are also gems at Little Homeschool that need your help. There are lots of people out there that still need your help. You just seem to forget that for some reason. It's not like you're not needed. And you're wanted, too. You are wanted. These people love you. You're just getting this self-doubt for no reason. You're clearly still needed, Steven. Where are you getting this from? Well, look who it is! After 10 freaking episodes with only 2 5-second cameos, the character that everybody even the people that hate this show Peridot, is finally here. Alright, took him this long, and we're halfway through Steven Universe Future. Let's see what they do with her, shall we? Look at this nightmare. That's how I feel every single time I watch this show. Is this some sort of self-referential humor? Is this supposed to be poking fun or something? I'm not gonna make assumptions. I'm just sitting here wondering this is them reacting to a reboot of a show that they loved that's now supposedly horrible. And I'm just sitting here wondering if this is supposed to be some kind of self-referential humor. I don't know. But regardless, man, it's just Peridot is expressing how I feel every time I watch a new episode of this show. Because, I used to like this show. Honestly, I did. In spite of all of its flaws, I used to like this show. But looking back at it now, I have to ask myself, why did I like this show? It's just, that's the personal perspective part of it. Because honestly, if I'm being clear with you guys, when I go and rewatch these episodes on YouTube for my videos, a lot of Steven Universe stuff ends up coming up in my recommended, which is annoying, but also it was sort of a reminder because I saw this clip pop up in my recommended that was of the episode where Bismuth came back, where basically she hands the rings to Ruby and Sapphire. That episode, basically, I saw that thumbnail for that clip and saw Ruby and Sapphire hugging Bismuth and Bismuth smiling, and I just sat there and I thought to myself, I used to care. I used to like this show. Season 5, the very end of it is where everything went to shit for me. Because, the season finale was abysmal. And honestly, it was sort of it was sort of a snap to reality, the season finale was. It just made me sort of start looking at Steven Universe in a much different way because the finale was basically a waste. It was all just built up to a rushed climax. like that final episode was a rushed resolution and climax to the main plot that hadn't been built up to for the entire series. And it sort of gave me new perspective on the show. Because, like, it was just like I couldn't ignore the flaws anymore. I couldn't ignore all the problems with it because I don't know why. I was just sort of like telling myself, like, oh, sure, this might be a problem, but they'll fix it eventually, right? Right? Wrong. And even if they did fix it eventually, it's just like it's just, it doesn't forgive like those other seasons for like taking so much of their time and wasting it. Because like even if Steven Universe Future managed to salvage what was left of this cartoon, it wouldn't be able to make up for 5 seasons worth and an entire movie's worth of bullshit and wasted time. It wouldn't be able to make up for any of that. It's sad is what it is. Just to see like this entire, just to like take a look back on this show that I honestly used to love and just see that it's all just fallen apart, because the more I look at it, the worse and worse this show gets. And yeah, it's sad, frankly, because that was a show that I invested a lot of my time in and I used to like, and I'm realizing it's actually terrible. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like sort of getting into like an anecdotal thing where I'm just like explaining my experiences with the show because Peridot just sort of reminded me of that, I guess. But yeah, I just felt like sharing that. Anyway, moving on. Yay! More powers being pulled out of Steven's ass in order to move the plot forward. Seriously, what? Now he can interfere with television broadcast signals? Because, like, Steven's dreams have always had, like, this weird thing where, like, he can see through other people's eyes. And, like, there was an episode where he literally possessed Lars. And he also had that one episode where he was in the dreams of that one girl in the, like, pizza restaurant. I completely forget her name, though. Basically, like, Steven just gets even more new and bullshit powers. Like, how does this work? He can just interfere. He can just broadcast his dreams onto a television screen without even trying? Where did this come from? How does it work? Why is this only happening now? Why is any of this only happening now? I don't understand. Why do these new powers just keep coming out of nowhere and Steven doesn't even have to try? I don't get it. Steven and Peridot are putting more effort into this little fan fiction of theirs than the actual writers of this show put into their entire arc. Because you know what Steven just suggested? An end game. An end goal where you're going to send your characters. What direction it is that you're sending them toward. Steven and Peridot have more foresight for their little joke show in this one episode than the entire writing crew did for the whole first 5 seasons, and it looks like this season too. Like, my God. I don't understand what kind of humor this is supposed to be. Are they making fun of themselves? Are they making fun of the fans? Is this just a coincidence? Are they making fun of like are they just making fun of like reboots of shows that are terrible or something? Like I'm not gonna try to make any accusations based off of any assumptions. I'm just speculating here. Like, I'm wondering what kind of humor were they going for here? I'm just curious. Another line that I'm not sure if it's the writers trying to be self-aware or not. Like, Peridot just went, "Whoa, Steven, you're acting like they're real people. It's just a story, and stories need conflict." Conflict also needs to be done in a way that isn't forced and sacrifices character integrity. Like, I don't know. I've talked about this to death already, but the conflict, quote unquote, that they're going for in Steven Universe Future is coming out of nowhere with all the characters being idiots in order for wherever this is going bad to happen. And I'm not sure if this line is Peridot, like, speaking through the mouths of the writers, or if it's just one really big coincidence. despite my constant gripes with this show, the writers actually tried to be subtle this time around by having Steve, despite how forced it is and out of character it is. Basically, they're trying to basically show that Steven's like feeling like he's lost, like all these other people are like, they're so happy, like they're up in this party in the sky and he wants to be a part of it, but he can't. Despite how forced that is, they were trying to be subtle with how they displayed that. And then, like, immediately or right after this split-second scene right here, Steven spells it out. Like, they were trying to be subtle, but they had to have Steven just say everything rather than just using the visuals to be the cue. Because I guess Peridot wouldn't have figured it out otherwise. Because the characters in this show are stupid. Alright. And this is why Peridot isn't allowed to be in these episodes, because she sees Steven rapidly spiraling out of control emotionally, and she chooses to act on it. Peridot isn't allowed to be in these episodes because seeing Steven's emotional state, which is as plain as day to be unstable, and acting on it like a supportive friend would do is just makes too much sense. We can't have characters doing things that make sense. We have to make them be stupid because plot. Peridot, I like you because you make decisions that make sense. Your character is well written. Why? This is why you're not allowed to be in these episodes. Because you're too smart for everyone else. Because Steven's like, Peridot, you're a genius, and Peridot's like, yeah, I know I am. Unironically, though, Peridot is the smartest person in this show because she was the first one to notice Steven's emotional, unstable state, and she decided to act on it. And this, I just remembered. I was going to talk about it in the next episode, but I'm going to talk about it now, because even after the events of Prickly Pear, we are another episode in, and the Gems still haven't talked to Steven about what's going on with him. They haven't sat down with him and tried to talk to him about what's wrong with him. They haven't tried reaching out to him, even though there's clearly something wrong with him, to the point where he created a monster that was full of his pent-up anger and frustration and emotional baggage that it attacked himself and his home and his friends. Even after all that, they still haven't talked to him. After all that, and they still haven't talked to him about what's going on with him. This is absurd. This is bull. This is what it is. The main characters in this show aren't just stupid. They are, it's like they're just, I don't even know what word I would use to describe it, frankly. But it's just, the show frustrates me to no end because it is making every single character be an idiot for the sake of moving the plot forward, and characters like Peridot that notice things like this straight away and decide to act on it are pushed to the sidelines because she's not allowed to hang around with the poorly written characters because we need plot to happen. I hate this show. Peridot is literally me right now with how she's reacting to this Camp Pining Hearts reboot. She is reacting the same way that I am to this show, but with much less anger. The hypocrisy of these characters and how ridiculous they are acting out of character, it's mind-boggling. Peridot, this is why I like you. This episode sucked! And now that that mess is over with, on to Steven Universe Future Episode 12, Bismuth Casual. Oh wow, would you look at that, another character that has been pushed to the sidelines for the entire series. Bismuth has only been in, what, 5-6 episodes? And now She's gonna be in another one here in Steven Universe Future, 12 episodes in. Here we go. Let's see what they do with her, shall we? And again, after everything that Pearl herself has witnessed, Steven turning pink twice. The second time he shouted so loud that he cracked the walls and the floor and almost got her, himself, and Volleyball killed. He shouted at Volleyball when she was talking about how she was hurt by Pink, and Pearl witnessed this firsthand. She didn't say anything to him then, and then after everything with Cactus Steven, even after that, Pearl didn't decide to talk to him, try to find out what's going on with him, realize that he's getting out of sorts. None of that. And right now, Pearl, instead of talking to him like the protective mother character that she was for the 90% of the show, now she's off handing out toilet paper to people at a roller rink. This is what Pearl has become, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, and I almost completely forgot that Connie has been absent as well for these past 11 episodes. I completely forgot about that. Outside of, again, a couple handful second cameos, she's been completely absent too. Which, look at that, one of the other only well-written characters in this show pushed to the sidelines. I wonder why. Bet if they were enemy gems, we'd be best friends by now. After interacting with them for like 10-15 seconds. You know, because that's totally how that worked before. You know, except with Peridot. And Jasper. And Eyeball. And Aquamarine. And the Diamonds. Actually, when did it work like that? Steven? I'm sorry, are you actually going to be giving an example when this happened? Or are you just saying that because you need to solidify how you feel like you have no place in the world unless you're doing something that's gem related? Pretty sure you and Connie were like friends that didn't necessarily have to do with gem stuff. That just sort of came along with the territory. You didn't have to, you just were. I thought that was part of the thing. Okay, anyway, moving on. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that most of this series involved you making friends with other humans. You know, like Lars and Sadie and the kid who works at the fry station and that one obnoxious character, Ronaldo, and that, the girls that work at the the pizza place. Forgive me, I don't remember any of their names because they're such pointless characters, but I'm bringing this up because Steven has made friends with several humans. So I'm not sure where this idea that he doesn't know how to talk to humans is coming from. Wait. Are they trying to imply that Bismuth has a crush on Pearl? Okay, first of all, Bismuth has had, like, no time dedicated to her as a character outside of, like, 3 or 4 episodes. And this is the last season. This is episode 12 out of 20 that you're going to get for this season. And you're just now bringing up this idea that Bismuth has a crush on Pearl. In the last 9 episodes of your entire show, you're bringing up a subplot about romance with a character that has only been in a number of episodes that you can count on one hand. Are you kidding me right now? This late into this show, and you're just now doing something with Bismuth, and you are introducing a new subplot romance between her and Pearl. we don't know enough about Bismuth in order to determine if this has been a thing for a while or if this is new. We don't know enough about her to, like, again, the last 9 episodes. And you're introducing a new plot point about a character that has not had enough screen time dedicated to her. Why? Why are you like this, Steven Universe crew? Why do you write like this? Oh, would you look at that? Another character that hasn't shown up in Steven Universe Future until now. That the moment they see Steven start talking down about himself or start doubting himself or start being emotionally, like, down in any way, shape, or form, they act on it. I'm wondering why characters like Peridot and Bismuth have been pushed to the sidelines. I wonder why. Oh my god, Bismuth is making way too much sense right now. I wonder why she hasn't been used in the last 11 episodes. So they can fuse just like that. Just by holding hands, they can fuse just like that. Okay, sure, why not? Let's just add even more questions to the list of things that come with fusion, why don't we? So they just set up this mini conflict that Steven feels like he's drifting away from Connie in this one episode, and then resolve it in this same episode. What was the point of this episode? What did it contribute? I'm lost here. Like, what did it contribute? Steven feels like he's, like, drifted away from Connie, but then they resolve that by showing that he's not. Okay, sure. What was the point of this episode? What was the point of the last episode, as a matter of fact? Because I guarantee you, the writers are going to be like, what's this? Peridot and Bismuth making sense? Get them out of here. We can't have that. Go. Just like, they're being too smart for this story, so they can't be around. Okay, sure. Oh, and I just noticed, those roller skates are fitting both of them perfectly now. Even though a second ago, it was like the same size that Stevani had. Man, that's just I just noticed that. That's just like the smallest thing. Like, why? Like, that kind of little attention to detail, really? Really? You missed that. Okay, sure. What? Oh my god. Bismuth suddenly has eyelashes. I don't know how I feel about that. What was the point of these episodes? What did it contribute? What did it add that we didn't already know? Are these... I'm just lost right now. What was the point of these episodes? Fan service? I'm okay. I don't know. I don't know. But that's it for episode 12. The show went on a hiatus for like a month and a half for this. Okay. And that does it for Steven Universe Future episodes 11 and 12. And honestly, I do not understand what the point of these 2 episodes were. It's just, I'm very, very lost. Why did we have these 2 episodes? What did they add? What did they contribute? What was the point? It's just the mind-boggling aspect that even after the Cactus Steven incident, nobody talked to him. It's just like, why are the characters in this show so stupid? And I'm mostly positive that we're not gonna see Bismuth and Peridot again for a while, because again, they're too smart for this story. If they show up, they start making too much sense, and then we could avoid where the writers are trying to send this conflict, quote unquote. And it's like, okay, it's just like, why are you guys like this? Why do you write some characters competently but not others? Why are you selective like this? Why do you make the main characters stupid but the characters that are pushed to the sidelines are actually smart? I don't understand this show, this like writing style. Like I don't understand what the writers are trying to accomplish by writing like this, but regardless, that's it for Steven Universe Future episodes 11 and 12. So next 2 episodes coming out next Friday, and yeah, I guess that does it for today. I'm gonna be uploading some more videos throughout this week though, because I kind of want to put some more content out there while I have a bit of time on my hands. And basically, yeah, I'm just gonna be doing that. So look out for some more videos coming from me this week. They won't be, one of them will be Steven Universe related, and the rest of them will just sort of be their own thing. But like, regardless, thank you everybody so much for watching. As always, it's been a pleasure, and I will see you all next Sunday for more Steven Universe. Thank you all so much again for watching, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.